No way, that's really $100,000? Hello everybody, Silver Picker here, and welcome to the Silver Picker Squad. Now, today's video is a little bit of a departure from the type of video that I typically make, but once I was inspired to do it, I just couldn't hold back. Now, I was perusing the Heritage Auctions website the other day, like I do frequently, and for those of you who don't know, Heritage Auctions is like one of the premier auction houses in the world, and they have a massive, massive section on rare coins. I'm not talking about coins that are a few $100s, although they do have those. I'm talking about coins that are in the tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to even literally millions of dollars range. And I frequently peruse the auction results because I want to know what's selling, what's sold in the past, what's hot right now, so that in the off chance, by the grace of God, that I am confronted with an opportunity to buy one of these super, super high-end coins at a really good price, I'll be confident doing so and I'll be able to make some like life-changing money. And I recommend that you guys get that knowledge as well by perusing these auction results. And it's free to sign up too. This is not a sponsored video or anything, but it is really just an amazing, amazing website, even just for learning purposes. So I was perusing the site and daydreaming like I frequently do about finding some old dusty box of coins at some garage sale at an old spooky house on a hill with an old spooky couple selling them and maybe muttering about how a curse will be. No, I'm just kidding, but you know, those are the kind of daydreams. Or you know, I'm paying for a donut and I get handed back some change that is worth thousands and thousands of dollars due to the rarity of those coins. And we all are victim to these kind of crazy daydreams. I know you are also. But anyway, as embarrassing as the daydreams are, they still serve to inspire and are really fun. And it's the latter daydream about getting some rare coins back in change that really inspired me to make this video. While I was looking at the Heritage website, I thought to myself, are there any super, super high-end coins that I could reasonably expect to get back as change from, say, a donut shop? So we're going to take a look at the coins that I picked out in just a second, but I want to explain what I mean by reasonable to get back in change. Because obviously these coins, if they're worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, are exceedingly rare. I don't want to make it seem like these coins are easy to find. But what I'm talking about are coins that to the untrained eye would be easily mistaken for just ordinary pocket change. So we're not talking about obsolete coinage. You're not going to get a 2-cent coin back in change. You're also not going to get things that are sort of discontinued like Morgan silver dollars. You're not going to get a rare Carson City Morgan silver dollar in mint state back in change. It just is not going to happen. We're talking about coins that to the untrained eye would just look like a coin. You show this to your friend, they'd say, yeah, it's just a coin. But we know better. We know that those are actually super rare coins worth huge amounts of money. So in this video right now, we are going to examine 6 different 1-cent coins from the United States worth 6 figures. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars combined. So these 6 coins are not any kind of large cents or anything like this. They are all Lincoln cents, modern Lincoln cents, stinking Lincolns. That's all we're looking at today. And if you guys like this video and it's exciting for you and you want to learn more, hit the like button and let me know in the comment section which coins you want me to examine next time. Because I will do this as a series and I will do different denominations. We can look at nickels or dimes or quarters or whatever next. So if you like the video, make sure to give it a like, make sure to leave a comment so I know that you like it, and while you're watching, why not hit the subscribe button too? It would help me out and you would enjoy yourself, and we'll have a great time talking about coins, precious metals, and personal finance together. But enough with the jibber jabber, let's take a look at those 6 coins. Alright, we are going to take a look at these 6 coins, and we are going to start from the least valuable and go all the way up to the most valuable. And this should be a real indication of how incredibly valuable these coins are, because we are starting with a penny that sold for $10,800. Yes, these prices here, these are not asking prices, these are not estimates. These are realized auction results showing exactly what a real human being paid for this coin. So let's take a look at the first coin, which is this 1982D small date bronze coin in AU58. Now it is a very high grade. It is about uncirculated 58, but it is the brown color. So it is a coin that could easily be mistaken for just an ordinary coin in your pocket change, because it really does just look like an ordinary coin. Now, what makes this special? This 1982 coin is special because 1982 was a transition year for these coins. In 1982, the United States government made a decision based almost entirely on cost that they would change the composition of the 1 cent coins from bronze, which is predominantly copper, to the cheaper zinc with a coating or a plating of copper on the outside. So they'd look roughly the same, but they would be significantly cheaper. So half the coins in 1982 at the beginning of the year were made in bronze, and half the coins at the end of the year were made in zinc. When they made the zinc coins, they made a few different alterations to the actual coin itself, and one of those things included making the date slightly smaller. However, when they changed the dies, there were a couple of the old bronze planchets that got snuck in and ended up getting printed with the small date. So this is like a coin that should never have been produced because the small date variety was only intended to be on the new zinc coins. So that's what makes this particularly rare. So when you find a 1982 Lincoln cent, you can weigh the coin and see if it's a bronze coin, and if it is a bronze coin and it has a small date, you've got yourself a really, really valuable coin. Alright, so the next coin we're looking at has already doubled in value. We're looking at a $21,850 coin, which again is insane. This is a penny. This is a Lincoln cent that sold for nearly $22,000. And this one is, of course, the famous 1922 No D coin. And this one is in MS62, so it is a mint state coin, but it's brown, and you can see that this looks like a coin that you would find in pocket change. It even has, you can see a little stain on Lincoln's shoulder, and it's got some scratches and bag marks, so there really are a bunch of different indications here that this is just sort of a quote-unquote ordinary coin. Now, what makes the 1922 coin particularly interesting? Well, as we know, coins struck in the Philadelphia mint are the ones that do not have any mint mark, right? So if there's no mint mark, typically we are taught that it is a Philadelphia minted coin. However, no Lincoln cents were minted in Philadelphia in 1922, but they were minted in Denver. And these coins, some of them are missing the D to show that they're from Denver. Now, I know that this is a wheat cent, but you really can find wheat cents in pocket change. I mean, certainly when you go coin roll hunting, you're all but guaranteed to find a handful of them in a box, but I have definitely gotten wheat cents back in change, and it's so often that I get them back in change that it's not even like an insane thing. I get them back, I am excited, I smile, and I'm happy to have gotten it, but it doesn't give me, a second thought like if I were to have gotten a silver quarter back in change, which never happens. But getting a coin like this, a 1922 No D coin, back in pocket change would be the ultimate payday. So this next coin is probably one of the most famous Lincoln cents ever. So this one is probably a little less likely to be found in pocket change, but I honestly don't think that people really pay that close attention to the pennies that they get back in their change. So there is still a chance that you'd be able to find one of these. I guarantee you that people in the past have found these in their pocket change, and it's not that outside of the realm of possibility. But what we're looking at here is a really classic 1955 double die penny. And this one is in MS66, which is in incredible condition, but it is brown, and that's the reason why I included it on this list, because it is the color, it is the look of a coin that you could reasonably get in pocket change. This one sold for $30,550. That is bananas. This is a $30,000 penny, and you can see why. This is the platonic ideal of a double die. I mean, take a look here at In God We Trust, Liberty, and of course the date itself, 1955. This is like the truest example of a double die you could imagine, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I have always checked my 1955 coins because I've gotten literally tens of thousands of wheat cents over the years, and every time I get of 1955, my heart skips a beat, and I hope for just a second that it will be the double die obverse. And of course it never is, but I still am not losing hope. I am not losing hope because someday the knowledge of this coin will do me well and I will actually find one. At least that's what I keep telling myself. And this coin sold in 2016, so who knows, it could be worth a heck of a lot more by now. Alright, here we are at number 4. We are more than halfway through our list, and we are getting into the big leagues. This coin has broken the $50,000 mark. That's right, this coin sold for $54,625. And no, it's not some super old coin. It is not even a wheat cent. It is from 1969. This is a 1969 S double die coin. It is an AU 55 grade, and it is, again, brown. Remember, we're trying to find coins that look like they came out of pocket change. Now, what makes this coin interesting, you can see, is that like the previous one, the 1955 double die, this coin also has doubling on Liberty, on In God We Trust, and on the date itself. Obviously, it is way, way less pronounced, but obviously it's also rarer or more sought after. A Lincoln Memorial cent went for $55,000. Just absolutely incredible. I mean, look at the reverse here. You can see just the ordinary, everyday Lincoln Memorial cent. Old PCGS holder. This little coin, this little 1 cent coin is worth 55 grand. Absolutely wild. So keep your eyes out for this one for sure. This one is definitely something that you could easily find in pocket change if you're in the right place at the right time. All right, so this coin should be very familiar to all you serious numismatists watching. If you're a hardcore coin collector, you have probably heard of this particular coin and understand why it garners this crazy $69,000 price tag. Well, what this is, it's a 1944D 1 cent coin struck on zinc-coated steel. Now, why is that interesting? There are a plethora, literally millions, hundreds of millions of 1943 steel cents. So during World War II, the United States needed all the copper it could get its hands on for the war effort. So they swapped out the bronze planchets from the previous years to be zinc-coated steel for 1943. In 1944, when they went back to the bronze planchets, there were still a number of steel planchets that ended up getting into the hopper and getting struck with the 1944 date. So these coins, these steel planchets, were never intended to be used in 1944, and that's what makes these so incredibly rare. So you can see here that this 1944 coin is in excellent shape. It's an AU 55. It's in an annex holder, which is, by the way, the second tier, the lower tier grading service, and it's still sold for $69,000. I mean, that is absolutely wild. Now, you find a lot of steel cents with rust damage on them, so this one is in pretty good shape, and of course, with about uncirculated 55, it's excellent, but this is definitely not something that would be impossible to get in change. It would be unusual, but it would not be impossible, because I can tell you for a fact that I've actually gotten normal 1943 steel cents back in change. And I think to most people, to cashier for instance, it just kind of looks like a dirty penny. And number 6, the last one, the big kahuna, the one that everybody probably expected, but is still nonetheless a spectacularly incredible coin. The holy grail of Lincoln cents is the 1943 bronze planchet penny. This coin is the sort of Jekyll to the Hyde of the previous coin, which is the, of course, the 1944 on a steel planchet. This is the opposite. This is the 1943 coin, which was intended to be on a steel planchet, but on a bronze planchet. So it's the same story. There were bronze planchets left over from 1942 that were in the hopper. When this coin was minted, it was intended to be in steel, but was minted in bronze. And it is a spectacular example. This is an AU 58, but again, it is brown. It is not a coin that would stand out to anybody else. And this coin did not go for $40,000, not $50,000, not even $100,000. This coin sold for $300,000, $305,500 specifically. I mean, that is insane. I mean, that is a Lamborghini plus. That is a Rolls Royce. That is a freaking house. That is a mansion in some parts of the world. We're talking about that for a humble Lincoln cent. I mean, this is absolutely spectacular, but you can see that there are some scratches on Lincoln's face, there's some discoloration, and this coin still sold for over $300,000. And on the reverse, you can see that, you know, the A from America is a little bit weakly struck. There's some, almost it looks like damage on the C on the word cent. So this is not like a perfect coin by any means. I mean, can you imagine that? Can you imagine finding that in pocket change and all of a sudden, I mean, this would literally change your life. $300,000. And I guess at this point, I want to point out that Obviously, coin collecting is not all about the money. If you go into coin collecting expecting to find stuff like this, you're gonna be really disappointed. But if you get into coin collecting because you love the history, because you love the beauty, because you love just the hobby in general, and then you have an opportunity to find a coin like this, that is the sweet spot. Because no matter what, you're gonna enjoy yourself, you're gonna enjoy the hobby, and you're gonna be enriched by it. But in the off chance that you do find something spectacular like this, you'll be enriched in many, many more ways than just the typical ones. It's not just the AU coins that are getting these high prices. This is the same coin. It's a 1943 struck on a copper planchet, but this one is totally damaged. I mean, this is not just a brown coin that you'd find in change. This is a coin that has a gouge on Lincoln's head. It's got scrapes in the backfields. It has a rim ding. This is not a good looking coin, yet it's still sold for over $88,000. $88,125 for this coin. I mean, this coin would probably come back just as genuine. Yeah, see, it comes back just as genuine. 1 cent, 1943 genuine copper. And this one's a PCGS in an older holder. But that just goes to show you that even coins that are damaged, if they're rare enough, if they're interesting enough, if they're unique enough, can still bring in serious, serious money. I mean, what I'd like to leave you guys with is just a wish for all of you, a good luck wish that somebody watching right now goes through their coins or gets something like this in change and ends up making a fortune. So I wish you all luck. This is really incredible stuff, right? I mean, like I said, you could really show this to an ordinary person and they'd say, yeah, this is just the regular old coin, what's your point? But you would know better. You would know that these coins are actually worth a fortune. And just by sheer odds, there are tens and tens of thousands of you watching right now. Odds are one of you will have an opportunity to get a really, really super high-end coin for a ridiculously low price and make a fortune. If you are watching now and have had this opportunity already, and you have bought a coin or gotten a coin in change or found a coin that was worth thousands and thousands of dollars, please tell us about it in the comments below. I would love to hear your story. And who knows, maybe for like Instagram or TikTok or one of the other short form media that I'm on, maybe I could even interview you. Let me know. It would be really, really cool. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike. If you like this stuff, please let me know. Again, put it in the comment section, like the video, subscribe, and let me know that you're into it, and I will continue to make more and teach you more about opportunities in the coin collecting world and in the business of buying and selling coins. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike, so stay tuned, and until then, Silver Picker out. A huge, huge thank you to all of my wonderful patrons, and a special shout out to Bugrow Live from my Discord server, who organized on their own a massive patron-only grab bag swap that crossed borders of countries and was awesome. I'm going to do a video on that shortly. And also a big welcome to my newest platinum patron, Donna Kinser. Thank you all so, so much. You guys are amazing.